Welcome to the AI Queens podcast, the show where women entrepreneurs learn to ditch the overwhelm, embrace AI, and build businesses fit for royalty. I'm Erica Stanley, your host and tech expert, here to deliver tools, tips, and actionable strategies to help you scale smarter. Let's get to it. Hey there, Queens. Welcome back to another episode where we're making AI simple, strategic, and dare I say, a little sassy. I'm your host, Erica Stanley, and today we're jumping right into something that has absolutely transformed my business, creating custom AI assistants. By the end of this episode, you'll know exactly how to create your first AI assistant, whether that's a custom GPT in ChatGPT or a Claude project. It's going to save you time, amplify your genius, and help you rule your business like the queen you are. Here's why this matters. The data shows that women are adopting AI at significantly lower rates than men across every industry. We're being left behind in a technology that is rapidly becoming essential to business success. But we are changing that narrative one queen at a time. Building your own custom AI assistant isn't some massive technical undertaking. It's something you can absolutely do. And it's one of the smartest ways to stay ahead as AI becomes more woven into our professional lives. This is how we level the playing field by making AI work for us on our terms and in our voice. Listen, I used to spend hours writing LinkedIn posts, brainstorming content ideas, and trying to remember all the details about my clients' brands. Now I have custom GPTs for everything. I have one that helps me make LinkedIn posts that actually get engagement, another that's my strategic storytelling partner, and one that's basically my business bestie for brainstorming. So let's dive in and get you set up with your very own custom AI assistant that knows your business inside and out. So, what's the big deal about custom AI assistants anyway? Well, think about the difference between having a generic virtual assistant who knows nothing about your business versus having someone who's been with you for years, knows your voice, understands your clients, and can anticipate your needs. That's the difference between using generic AI and having custom assistants that are built specifically for your business. Let me give you a real example. One of my branding clients was spending 3 to 4 hours every week writing her email newsletter. We took her brand strategy guide that I created and we used it to make a custom GPT. Now she spends just 20 minutes outlining her thoughts and she gets a draft that actually sounds like her. That's saving her about 14 hours a month or 168 hours per year. At her hourly rate of $150, that's over 25 grand worth of time that she's reclaiming annually to focus on high value client work instead of wrestling with a blank page. And for what investment? 20 bucks a month for a ChatGPT Plus subscription. Show me a better ROI in your business. I'll wait. Here's the deal. This isn't about replacing yourself. It's about taking what you already do brilliantly and building a system to get it out there rather than letting it sit in your brain or collecting dust on some corner of your website where no one can see it. The world needs your genius, and AI can help you get it out there where people can find it and benefit from it. Now, before we dig into creating your first assistant, let's clear up a common confusion. There's a big difference between just using ChatGPT with its conversation memory and creating an actual custom GPT. Here's an analogy that might help. Think about creating a custom GPT like hiring a brand new employee. The instruction section is basically their job description. You're telling them what their role is, what kind of tone and attitude they should bring, and what they're responsible for, what not to say and do. It's their vibe setting cheat sheet, their guide to the office culture, even if that office is just your spare bedroom. Now, the knowledge section, that's their training binder. Now that they've got the job, you can't just leave them hanging. This is where you add your brand guide, your offer details, customer testimonials, call transcripts, FAQs, all of the stuff that helps them not just do the job, but nail all those little details. Here's the key difference. With regular ChatGPT, even with memories and custom instructions turned on, you're having a conversation with someone who has a good memory, but doesn't know all the ins and outs of your business. It may get some big picture things right, but you're going to have to keep explaining things over and over in different sessions. With a custom GPT, you're creating a specialized assistant who already knows your business inside and out from day one. It's like the difference between having to constantly train a new temporary employee versus having a dedicated team member who's already up to speed. Remember this: instructions tell your AI what to do, knowledge tells it what it should know. Or, to put it another way, without knowledge, your custom GPT is just a confident dude at a party making stuff up. It may sound good, but he's got no idea what he's really talking about. Okay, so what should your first AI assistant help you with? Let's figure that out. The best first assistant solves a specific recurring pain point in your business. Think about: what task do you procrastinate on? What takes you way longer than it should? What do you wish you could clone yourself to handle? For many of my queens, their first assistant helps with content creation for a specific platform, client onboarding documents, email responses to common inquiries, a sales page or website copy drafts, or repurposing content from one form to another, like we talked about in my last episode. The key is to start specific. Don't try to create an assistant that does everything. That's a recipe for mediocre results. Instead, create one that does one thing exceptionally well. For example, if you're a coach who struggles with writing Instagram captions, create an assistant specifically for that, not one that handles all your social media across all your platforms. All right, let's get into the actual steps of creating your custom GPT. And I promise this is not complicated tech stuff. If you can fill out an online form, you can create a custom GPT. So, first, you're going to go to chat.openai.com and make sure you have at least a ChatGPT Plus subscription. Trust me, this is the best 20 bucks a month you will spend. You're going to click on Explore GPTs in the left column and then hit Create in the upper right-hand corner. Now, you'll see a split screen with a configuration panel on the left side and a mini ChatGPT starter thread on the right. The configuration panel is where the magic happens. So you'll want to make sure you're there and not just in the Create panel. You're going to start with the name and description. Make it something that clearly indicates what this GPT does. For example, Instagram caption creator or client proposal drafter. Now, for the most part, the instruction section, remember, this is your new hire's job description. Instructions tell your AI what to do. Here's what to include: what your business does, who your audience is, your brand voice and tone. So, are you professional, sassy, inspirational? What this specific GPT should help with, and any absolute no goes, like never use corporate jargon or always include a call to action. For example, if I were creating an Instagram caption writer, I might write: you are an Instagram caption writer for a woman's business coach who helps entrepreneurs scale to six figures without burnout. My voice is motivational but practical with a dash of humor. I never use phrases like, girl, let's go, or hustle harder. Always include a thoughtful question at the end to encourage engagement. Now, I've created a Start Here template that you can copy and paste right now. You'll find this in the show notes and on my Substack at aiqueens.substack.com. But let me share it with you. You are an assistant for your business name, a what you do, who helps your ideal client achieve your main benefit, right? Like, this is your elevator pitch. That's what you're starting with, right? Then you're going to go into my brand voice is and pick three adjectives, but never, and here's what to avoid. Your primary purpose is to help me with, and then list the specific tasks. Always list your must have elements, and never list your elements to avoid. When creating content, use a tone that is, and then describe your tone, and include any signature elements that you always use. And then the very last piece that you can't forget: if you're ever unsure about something, ask clarifying questions rather than making assumptions. And what you're going to do is copy and paste that straight from the show notes and then fill in where I have the brackets with your specific information. And there you've got the solid foundation for your first custom GPT. That goes into the instructions section. Next, Let's move on to the knowledge section. This is your new hires training manual. Remember what I told you before? If the instructions tell your AI what to do, this knowledge section tells it what it should know. Here's what you should upload: your brand guide, if you've got one, examples of content you love, either content that you've written that you're absolutely in love with, that just nails your voice, or something from someone else that maybe is a little on the aspirational end of what you want to be creating. Although, be careful about this and copyright. You can also upload client testimonials, FAQs, offer details, your specific products, services, and anything else that's going to help this GPT understand your business and all of its little details deeply. You can upload PDFs, Word docs, screenshots, but personally, I have found that simple text documents work the best. Don't make your GPT have to work for it, right? Put it in an easy format so it's easy to read. Okay. And then finally, you're going to set up a few conversation starters. These are the little mini prompts that appear when someone first interacts with your GPT. Make them specific to what your GPT does best. It's going to suggest a few, but you're free to change them based on what you know you'll need or how you always start your prompts every time you pop into ChatGPT. Okay, now you're ready to test this puppy. On the right-hand side, this is your testing panel. You're going to want to test your GPT a few times before you finalize everything. Ask it to create content, check if it sounds like you, and then refine as needed. And you can refine on the left-hand side in the Create tab. And just give it feedback like you would any other prompt. This isn't right, or yes, this sounds great, just so it knows. Okay, now once you're done, you're going to click the Create button in the upper right-hand corner. Or if you've already saved it, you're going to want to hit Update. Then your GPT is ready. Now, let me share two common pitfalls that even the brightest AI queens sometimes face with their custom GPTs. This doesn't mean that you've done anything wrong. It's just one of the little hangups and pitfalls of working with a new emerging technology. So, pitfall number one: your GPT keeps ignoring elements of your brand voice. The solution to this: you're going to want to check your instruction section for clarity. Often, what I'm seeing is the guidance is way too vague. So, instead of saying, my voice is professional but friendly, you can get super specific. I like to use short sentences, ask a lot of questions, never use corporate jargon like synergy or leverage. Then you can even add 3 to 5 examples of content in your voice to the knowledge section. Pitfall number two: your GPT isn't referencing the materials in your knowledge base. The solution to this is simple. Sometimes you're going to need to explicitly remind it. So try starting your prompt, if it's getting hung up, with using the information in my knowledge files or based on my brand guide. This will nudge the GPT to prioritize your uploaded materials over its general training. Now, I want to share with you a power user hack that will take your custom GPT game to the next level. And this is tagging in different custom GPTs into an existing conversation. Think of this like bringing different specialized assistants into a client meeting as needed. Here's how it works: you start in regular ChatGPT, having a normal conversation. Then, when you need specialized help, you simply type the @ symbol followed by the name of your custom GPT. Select it from the drop down menu, and boom, that specialized assistant joins the conversation. The magic here is that your custom GPT can see the entire conversation history up to that point within that thread. So it now has all the context it needs to jump right in and help. So, for example, let's say you're planning content for a launch. You might start with your strategy GPT and outline the launch phases. Then, when it's time to create specific content, you can tag in your email sequence GPT to draft those emails based on the strategy you just discussed. Or after that, you could tag in your LinkedIn content GPT to create a couple of posts announcing the launch. It's so cool, y'all. You can tag in multiple different GPTs in sequence. When you're done with one, you essentially send it out of the room and then tag in to bring in another. This feature is a total game changer because it lets you create specialized assistants for different tasks, but use them together seamlessly within your workflow. So now you're not jumping between different chat windows or copying and pasting context in different tabs in your browser. I want to talk about another option, Claude projects. If you're using Anthropic's Claude, which I absolutely love, they unfortunately don't have custom GPTs. What they do have instead are projects, which is another way to create a specialized assistant. The main difference, Claude projects are more focused on a specific document set and specific tasks rather than creating a persistent assistant with a personality. They're perfect when you need to analyze or work with specific documents repeatedly. So let me walk you through creating one of those. You're going to go to claude.ai and sign in. And again, this is something that you have to be a paid member to use. You'll click on New Project in the sidebar and name your project something specific, just like you would have done with your ChatGPT custom GPT. You'll upload the relevant documents. This is the same as ChatGPT's knowledge section. You're also going to add a description of what this project is for. This is the same as the instruction section. The key difference from custom GPTs is that projects are more document focused and less about creating an assistant for a specific single task. It's much broader. So basically, you're going to want to use projects when you have certain documents you need to work with repeatedly and pull information from, and custom GPTs when you want an assistant with a consistent voice for specific tasks with a specific personality. And if you don't want to pay for Claude or ChatGPT, there are other ways that you can still use some of these customizations and some of these documents to create your own customized AI. For example, if you're using Adobe products, you can use Adobe Acrobat's new AI assistant, essentially the same way. You can upload multiple documents and then have a conversation with the Adobe AI assistant about the information in those documents. Google's Notebook LM does something similar as well, but that's a tutorial for a completely different episode. Right now, I just want to focus on Claude and ChatGPT because that's going to get you closer to your brand goals. Okay, now that you know how to effectively create your assistant, let's talk about how to actually use it. Remember the crown method that I shared in a previous episode? That's our framework for creating perfect prompts. CROWN. C is for context, R for role, O for your outcomes or goals, W for warnings, and N for now ask me or your next questions. Here's the beautiful thing about custom GPTs. They already have most of that built in. You've already given them the context in your knowledge base. You've defined their role in the instructions. You've set warnings about what to avoid. This means that your prompts can be much simpler and more conversational. Just a, hey, here's what I need help with today type of conversation. But don't skip that crucial N, now ask me portion of the prompt. Even with a custom assistant that knows your business inside and out, those clarifying questions are absolute gold. In fact, I recommend ending your prompts with something like, what other information do you need from me to create this effectively? Or before you draft this, what clarifying questions do you have for me? This simple addition ensures that your assistant gets crystal clear on what you need before it even starts. It's the difference between getting a decent first draft and getting something that's nearly perfect right out of the gate. For example, if you ask your custom GPT to draft an email about a new workshop, it might ask, what specific benefits should I highlight? Is there early bird pricing I should mention? What's the ideal length for this email? Or who's the target audience for this specific workshop? These questions can save you from the back and forth and revisions and help your assistant nail it the first time. Instead of writing a paragraph long prompt like you might with a regular chat GPT with the crown method, you can simply say, draft an email to announce my new workshop. What else do you need to know from me? Some common mistakes to avoid: forgetting to invite those clarifying questions, being too vague about your specific needs for this particular task, assuming it remembers conversations from previous sessions, it doesn't, and trying to create one GPT that does everything. Here's some quick wins you can look for: time saved on routine writing tasks, more consistent brand voice across platforms, the ability to create more content in less time, and the big one, reducing your decision fatigue on repetitive tasks. Remember, your custom GPT is like a specialized team member who knows your business really well, but still benefits from clear communication about the specific task you're giving it. The better instructions and knowledge base, the less detailed your day to day prompts need to be. But those clarifying questions will always improve your results. Okay, now before we wrap up, here's a simple 60-minute implementation plan to get your first custom GPT up and running today in less than an hour. I want you to set a timer. The first 15 minutes, you're going to choose one specific task that consistently eats up your time. Next 15 minutes, I want you to create your GPT using my template from the show notes. Next 15 minutes, you're going to add 2 to 3 key documents to the knowledge section, your brand guide, maybe some sample content. And then that last 15 minutes, I want you to test it with 3 different requests and then make any quick adjustments. That's it. 1 hour from now, you could have a custom AI assistant handling your single most time-consuming, repetitive, pain in the ass task. And I want you to tag me at AI Queens Society with your results. I would love to see what you're doing with this. All right, Queens, let's wrap this up. Today, we covered why custom AI assistants are game changers for your business, the difference between ChatGPT memory and these highly customized custom GPTs, how to choose your first assistant, step-by-step instructions for creating your custom GPT, the power user hack of tagging GPTs into and out of your conversations, a quick intro to Claude projects, and some tips for implementing your new assistant effectively. Your new custom AI assistant is like having a team member who knows your business inside and out, is available 24/7, and never asks for vacation time. Think of this like giving your zone of genius a megaphone. Your unique expertise, your point of view, it's going to stay center stage, and now it will reach even further and work smarter without burning you out. If you want to go deeper with this, I'd love to invite you to join the AI Queen Society. Members get access to exclusive workshops where we build custom GPTs together, monthly AMA, Ask Me Anything sessions with yours truly, and access to some of my very best custom GPTs that you can start using right away. You can join on Substack at aiqueens.substack.com. And if you're really ready to level this up, book a Brand Explorer strategy session with me. This is my one-on-one session where we'll dig deep into your business and goals, create a custom roadmap, and then I use all that information to build you a custom bot specifically for your needs. Just schedule a call through the link in the show notes or slide into my DMs on social media to start a chat. Until next time, Queens, may your AI do the grunt work while you focus on building your empire. Thanks for listening to the AI Queens podcast. If you loved today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a fellow queen who needs to hear this. Want more tips and tools? Join the AI Queens Society at aiqueenssociety.com and start ruling your business with confidence today. Until next time, stay bold, stay curious, and keep reigning with AI.